Hi, I'm Doug here at Global West, and today I thought I'd talk to you about 65 through 70 Impalas. Now, we've been making upper control arms for the Impala market for several years now, and the part number for that is a CTA-50A, which is what I have on the table right here. Now, what the discussion we're going to have today is about the shafts. We make a different shaft for the Impala that's available that is offset. And the reason why we do that is because in some situations on these older cars, the frame could have a problem and you're not able to get your alignment in. Now, the unique thing about the Impala is you've got an adjustment on the lower control arm for camber, and you have this adjustable strut rod for caster, and the upper arm generally just bolts directly to the frame. You can, however, use alignment shims on the upper control arm as well to adjust your alignment and even further enhance what you've already got going on. But on these older cars, sometimes you run into a problem. Or the ride height that you've selected becomes a problem. Whatever that condition is, you need a little help in the alignment. And that's where our upper control arm offset shaft will come into play. Now, what is an offset shaft? Let me show you what this is. In a standard CTA-50A, you get a straight shaft. And that shaft, as you can see right here, is a part number 719. I'm going to lay a straight edge along the edge here, like to simulate, let's say you were bolting this to the frame. And what you're looking at is this gap right here. That's where the bushing would ride on the control arm. And if you notice, in relationship to where it would bolt onto the frame, there's about an 1/8 inch or a little over an 1/8 inch of clearance right there. That's the standard shaft. But let's go to an offset. Now, an offset shaft for this application is a 706. I'm going to do the same thing. Frame, and what you want to look at is this gap right here. You see the offset, how much there is in a change versus this one. Now, the nice thing about this offset is, now my ruler is a little bit long here for the application, but let me explain. If this was the passenger side, the shaft bolts to the inside, your frame rail is here, and this would bolt to it like this, and the control arm goes over here where your ball joint would be out here. Now, in this particular case, if you bolted that on, this location where the bushing is, if you'll notice, is pulled in towards the engine. So that's going to generate a lot more negative camber without putting any shims in. But let's say you have a lot of negative camber and you're trying to get it out. You can flip the shaft over and bolt it on. And this offset now pushes the ball joint outwards so you get some positive camber. And that might be a situation you may need depending on your ride height or what's going on. However, this shaft can be rotated either direction. And the nice thing about running an offset is it gives you a lot of latitude with your alignment. Now, on the Impala, you don't necessarily need an offset shaft every time you turn around. But you do have to know that it is available to you in the CTA-50A upper control arm. So what we decided to do is we're going to add another part number to the system. And now you're going to be able to order the offset shafts standard in the CTA-50A. It's just going to have a different part number. So you'll have the regular CTA-50A, which is a straight shaft, which is probably 85% of the Impalas out there going to require. And then you're going to have this one here, which is going to be a CTA-750. 750. The 7 is a designation of offset shafts to us because all of our numbers start in 7s for the offsets. So if you ordered a CTA-750, that tells us that that upper control arm requires an offset shaft. You don't have to contact us and say, how do I get this, or what do I need to do to get an offset shaft because of my frame situation. So what we'd like to do is just let you know that this is available to you now. And if you have any questions at all or a little concerned about, do I need it or I not need it, a little unclear, just give us a call and we'd be glad to help you out.